Hey, how's it going, you guys? Welcome back to some more 99. Last episode, Noah was having the time of her life with the illusory body. We were able to make it so that she could cosplay with it. Interesting idea. We'll see how that goes, but she had a great time with it. If you guys watched, you would know she was really enjoying herself, and we took a bunch of pictures. She was just weaving it out. And so we are going to continue on from there. So we just had that field day, as Kakuru says, and then we're gonna assemble the others. We need to tell them like, hey, we have a time limit. We only have like a few days, I think. So we really need to get on that and make sure that we are ready to fight Iris. In other news, I did install the H patch. I don't know if I missed any content up until this point, but I do have it for going forward. Now, obviously, I don't like installing that because I have to see some things I don't want to see, but I know that there's some dialogue you'll miss out if you don't have that, so I made sure to get that for you guys. You've been requesting it, and I just wanted to let you know I do have it installed going forward, so we are good. Anyways, I think we're just going to jump into the video here and see how things go. I mean, we're just about to fight Iris, so I think maybe this episode will be like kind of the build up to that, and then maybe next episode will be that. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see how the timing goes. I'm also straight up about us not being powerful enough to fight Iris yet. Yeah, I don't feel like Haruka's quite mastered her power, and that was kind of key. We needed that big power boost to make our reality, to say the least. The more time passes, the more Iris grows in power, but we're not ready to take her on. That's why we need to use as much time as we possibly can. We set the date of the final battle with Iris for the day before the time limit, May 3rd. We need to train our minds before then. I think we're on April 4th, or not April 4th, sorry. The time limit's May 4th. We are on April like 30th, I think, or 31st, somewhere in there. We're like at the end of the month, so we really don't have that much time. If our minds are strong, then we can keep conscious prevail even in Iris's domain. Yeah, that would be nice if everyone didn't like pass out. That was kind of a problem. So I think, like you said, we really need to work on training everyone's minds being able to handle Iris. But that's a hard ask with just a few days here.
いやでも2週間で心を鍛えろって言われてもどうすりゃいいかわかんないよ。
Yeah, I mean, so they've had about 2 weeks to get that done. I'm like, that's not very much time.
鍛えられるかどうかもわかんないんだし、今すぐ喧嘩売りに行っても同じなんじゃないの?
I mean, I'd like to think like having the knowledge of what's gonna happen and like knowing like, hey, you passed out last time would be crucial, right? You could fortify yourself better for it. Now, I don't know if in practice that would work, but that's like at least my thinking. Like knowing ahead of time that you're going to have that problem would help you in the situation next time. Sora's opinion is valid. Honestly, I think there's no easy way to train a human mind. Yeah. But the reason I want to delay the final battle with Iris until the very last moment is because none of the others have seen real battle. I've already killed someone. Noah was there when I did. I saw someone die right before my eyes, and I learned how wicked Iris could be. But what about everyone else? Kujo and Sora were fine. Were at the fire, but that's it. Kosuga-senpai didn't even see the fire, and the other branch we faced off against Yoichi and the others in Rig Veda, which culminated in an actual battle. Well, more like an actual trouncing. That is accurate. As a result, two things were ingrained into our hearts: the threat that artifacts pose, and the fear that comes from being the target of hostility and malice. Wouldn't it be nice if we could, like, use Overlord to, like, give them their memories of past events, too? Like, not just Kakeru? That would be kind of cool. Like, if everybody remembered what had happened before, I feel like that would really, like, push us to be ready for this one. I don't think that'll happen, though. I don't think that's possible. That's what united us as a group and forged our resolve. We felt obligated to solve the string of cases caused by the artifacts. But in this branch, we don't have that sense of unity just yet. Oh yeah, this branch has been like so rushed. We've just done everything like really quickly, like pushing the envelope here instead of getting close to the other girls. We've been really working on Noah, who we really didn't get to know, I guess, as much in the other branches. So now this is quite interesting. But I mean, Noah is absolutely crucial too. So we really needed that connection with her, but I don't feel like we've spent enough time with everyone else. Everyone else just kind of was thrown in. Looking at me, Noah, and the others, I can feel that there's a fatal rift in our levels of resolve, which is why I wanted more time. That's why we've been waiting. Waiting for another user to go berserk. Even though I think it's a crappy plan, I think it's necessary. We need the experience to stand up against the threat together. Even if it's a screwed up way to do it, we could bring everyone's mentalities up a level by facing off against a berserk user. That's why I've been waiting and putting it off as much as possible, hoping that a threat would appear before us soon. However, an uneventful week has passed by us. Noah is slacking in glorious fashion, as she has been so far for 3 episodes now. She's come almost every day since that first time, so she seems to have gotten used to it. Her face doesn't look tense anymore. It's just that she seems to have let her guard down so much. Man, they keep peeking on out. Sometimes they're just fully exposed. Her underwear, man, you can see them. Oh boy. Hopefully the H-patch stuff isn't gonna kick in just yet. I'm like, I don't want to do all the editing. I'm gonna have to cut it out. It's not that hard, but it just takes time. And that's the one thing I don't have enough of is time, guys. Like, if I had more time, you'd be getting these episodes every day. Or maybe multiple times a day. But I don't have the time. Nova's murmur makes me jump, giving off a suspicious vibe. Yeah, I think this is probably about the worst way you could train your mind, just mindlessly playing video games. I don't think that's really helping much.
どうだろうな。あいつは一緒になってだらけそう。
どうして一人暮らしをしているのか。
ああ、空が一人部屋欲しがったから。部屋足んなくてさ、一人暮らししてみたかったし、俺が家を出た。
そう。兄弟仲は良さそうだし、家もそんなに遠くないみたいだからずっと不思議だった。
Yeah, and I mean, Kakeru's like... I mean, I guess technically he's supposed to be high school age, but every character in this game is 18. You know how it works. I don't blame him for wanting his own place. Like, even if it's just a simple reason as my sister wanted a room and I wanted to move out, so...
なんか深い理由があるかもって？
うん。
ないない。ほんとさっきの理由だけ。うちの親空に甘いからさ。あいつの要求を通すために俺が折れてる。
Gosh, this is why Sora is a worst girl. I'm just kidding.
本当は実家で暮ら
Just
したい。
spoiled. Just a spoiled sister.
もう一人暮らしに慣れたしな。おかんにあれこれ言われなくていいし、今の暮らしがいいな。合ってる、俺に。
Amen. I don't know if y'all just saw me nodding there. I'm just like, yep, can do without the nagging.
かけるは私と違って自立してる。
生活費は完全に親に頼ってるし、自立とは言えないって。バイトもしてないし。
でもちゃんと一人暮らししてる。かっこいいと思う。
It is pretty nice living on your own. I mean, I'm married, so I don't get to do that.
おう。
私も一人暮らししてみようかな。家事とかできないけど。
But see, Noah, that's the great thing about living on your own, is you don't have to worry about housework. If you don't want to clean it, you don't have to. Nobody's gonna get on your case about it. See, I'm married, so I can't do that. But, you don't gotta worry about it.
一人暮らししたら嫌でも覚える。俺がそうだし。
Well, okay, and the other thing is you should probably learn how to do that stuff anyways. Like, just because you don't have to doesn't mean you shouldn't, okay? Like, you should definitely, like, take care of your house, take care of yourself. Like, maybe yourself is the most important thing, but definitely take care of your surroundings, because I feel like that's going to reflect on your mood, right? If your house is a mess and you're just not taking care of your surroundings, then you're probably not taking care of yourself.
このマンション、下の階が空いてた。
ああ、ポストにテープ貼ってあったな。
知り合いが近くにいれば、パパとママ許可してくれそうな気がする。
But Noah, let me hit you with this. Why move in there if you could just move in with Kakaru? It'll save you money too.
まあ、女の子だと心配だよな。一人暮らしは。
I mean, I think Noah's parents are respectable. They seem to worry about her enough, like a good parent would. Like, they just want the best for her. I mean, they know it's hard on her and it's been hard on them.
もし許可もらえたら、近くに住んでいい？
ああ、いいよ。俺も知り合いいると、もしもの時安心だし。
I know, it'd be nice to have someone living nearby, because it's like if you ever need someone to like watch your cat or something, you know?
じゃあ引っ越したら作りすぎた肉じゃがお裾分けする。
Dang, that would be a good deal right there. Some meat and potato stew.
ああ、そういうイベント期待してたけど、まだ一回もないわ。
Kakuru's like, now that you mention it, that's been a dream of mine.
私なら作りすぎたら何回かに分けて自分で食べる。
だよな。冷凍するよな。
Yeah, that's called leftovers, guys. It's a pretty common thing. If you're not doing leftovers, you're probably either just, I don't know, why would you not do leftovers? You should be making more food than you need, so that way you have enough leftovers and can spread it out over a few days. That's what I always do with my meals. Although the conversation comes to a halt there, Noah looks at me intently without saying a word. It's also partly because my wife doesn't eat anything I make. Not because I'm not good at cooking, okay? I think I'm decent. But I just make things she doesn't like. She doesn't like ground beef, and I use a lot of ground beef in my cooking. That's just tends to be the kind of meals I like. I make like taco stuff or like stroganoff. Stroganoff's my favorite, and I feel like most people would be like, ew, stroganoff. It's pretty fire.
どうした？
最近ずっと一緒にいるからなんとなくわかるようになってきた。
What's that, Noah?
何が？
少し元気ない。
You could say that. I mean, we have a lot going on right now. There's a lot of stress and importance on what we're doing right now, but we've been just kind of chilling, mostly eating fries with Renya.
自分の判断に迷ってる。
And then yeah, we're putting all the weight on Noah here, and we were worried, like, should we have done that and things like that. There's just a lot going on. Look on her face is as straight and sharp as a knife. Noah looks off to the side and continues speaking.
どうしてタイムリミットギリギリまで時間を使おうと決めたのか。待ってる。みんなが脅威を実感できるようなそんな出来事を。
Well, Noah, you're pretty perceptive. You hit the nail on the head.
当たり？
当たり。ユーザーの暴走を待ってた。
やっぱり。
失望したか？
どうして？
全員救うとか言ってたくせに。誰かが暴走するのを。死ぬのを期待するなんて最低だろ。
And this is why he's feeling bad, though, because, like, yes, that's a horrible thought to have, but at the same time, he recognizes that it's probably necessary. They need to have, like, some level of urgency, sorry, I'm trying to think of how to explain it, but they need to understand how important this is that they win in this next upcoming fight. They need to have experience. They need to have the resolve and the will to do what needs to be done. And last time they kind of didn't, you know? Like, they ended up winning, sure, but it wasn't necessarily the most ideal way. It wasn't like a permanent way.
罪悪感を抱いているのは見ていればわかるから。あなたの判断を責めるつもりなんてない。
Yeah, it's like nobody blames Kakeru for thinking that way, right? Like that's kind of what he feels like needs to be done, but it's like it's one of those situations where you have to do it, but you're like, I wish there was a better way of doing this. I wish there was an alternative, and there's just not.
九条さんと空は火事を経験しているけれど、遥は生異物の、そしてイーリスの脅威を知らない。実践経験が必要だと考えるのは自然だと思う。 それに散々ポンコツっぷりを晒している私が偉そうに言う資格なんてそもそもない。
そんなことないだろう。何かあれば言ってもらった方が助かる。
他の枝の私ってバルハラソサイエティのリーダーとしてどう？偉そうにしてた？
Noah, like, I feel like first appeared to be very self-important and, like, held herself to a very high regard. But I feel like throughout each episode, we got to see her, like, be more humble, I guess. Noah really surprised me with how they, like, kind of shifted her character. Like, she did seem like this really big chuny edgelord at first, right? And she still kind of had those moments afterwards, but I feel like she was humbled like as we got further into the game. Like, she really learned to uh, like think, I guess, before doing actions and things like that, and really like learned some of the limits of her abilities and things like that, and really was trying her best to care for people. So I feel like she did grow a lot, even though like technically like we were redoing things, in each episode like we do, right? Like it kind of starts from a previous point. But I did feel like there was some of that character growth. And especially in this episode, we're getting a lot of character growth with Noah, clearly. But we'll have to see. What does Cocker want to say?
毅然とはしてたな。
Yeah, you could put it that way.
済ましてたわけでしょ。
済まして。うがった言い方をすれば。
かっこつけて回りくどい言い方して正義とはって説いたり、自分は完璧って態度をとってるのが目に浮かぶ。
Yeah, and I mean there certainly was some of that, right? But like I said, I feel like there was she kind of put up this front, right? And I feel like she kind of tore that down towards the end of like maybe episode 3, like, but she had that moment where she just kind of failed to do what she needed to do with Iris. So I really like this route because we're kind of breaking down those barriers and seeing what caused her to kind of freeze up there. I feel like she was like getting so close to, doing everything she needed to do, and she's bringing out her real power and defeating Iris, and then she just kind of, dropped the ball there at the last minute.
そのくせ最終局面でへたれたんでしょ。自分が情けなさすぎる。
Well, I mean, now that we've kind of discovered why she felt that way, I don't really blame her.
そんな私はもうリーダーぶっちゃいけないと思う。実質的なリーダーは前からカケルなんだし、私はカケルの判断を全面的に支持する。
Yeah, I do feel like Kakeru's kind of been a leader, and it does help that he's been able to like retain all of his memories from passing. Well, I should say a lot of memories. Not all of them, though. We know that.
私はあなたについていく。
ありがとな。
お礼を言うのは私の方。あなたに出会えて感謝してる。自分を見つめ直すことができた。弱い自分をさらけ出す勇気を持てた。
You've kind of done it in a silly way, but yes, like she has really shown very weak and vulnerable sides of herself, and I feel like that's important because she needs to kind of face some of her fears. She needs to realize, hey, I am kind of weak, and I'm not really sure how to deal with these kind of things, with like losing her sister. You kind of have to show that you're a little bit weak. You can't just pretend to be strong and then not solve the problem, right? Like you can't just not face up to your trauma and your fears. Like eventually you have to confront those to get over them, or at least to be, I don't want to say cope, but I guess to live with what happened. Because I don't feel like when you have a trauma and then you eventually get to a point where you're happy again and it doesn't have power over you, I wouldn't really say you're coping with it. I wouldn't really say it's gone away either. I would just say that you've learned, like I said, to live with it. You've come to terms with what happened, and you've kind of strengthened your own resolve, and you faced it head on, and then you're able to live your life again without that, hanging over you. Maybe you'll still have some weak moments here and there, but for the most part, it's not going to affect your day to day. And I feel like that would be the goal, right?
今の私はちゃんと肩の力を抜けている。でしょ?
Yeah, I would say so. She smiles softly, a sweet, pleasant smile. With Noah how she is now, she'll do what I need. I have faith. But, oh, Kakeru, what's the but about?
何?
ちょっとな。
お?
力抜きすぎな気はするな。
Oh yeah. I would agree. I would agree.
あ、ごめん。人の家でくつろぎすぎた。
いや、くつろぐのはいい。くつろいでくれ。ただ。
Oh my gosh, Kakeru.
だから。
お?
パンツ。
え
今も見えてるから。
She fixes the edge of her t-shirt with blushing cheeks.
いや、うん。気をつけて。なんつうか、うん。
見苦しいものを見せてしまい。
Oh, Kakaru, you had this kind of light-hearted moment, and you have to talk about pants.
見苦しくはないけど。
I mean, to be fair though, he's right.
ほれ、
Like
俺も
that would be very distracting.
照れるからさ。どう
してかけるが照れるの？
どうしてって。いや、照れるだろ。女の子の下着見たら。
私なんかの下着見ても。
なんかって。下着は下着だろ。そりゃ照れるっつうの。
I don't know. I feel like it's been compared to like women's underwear has been compared to like a swimsuit, right? They both show the same amount, generally. Like you're showing a lot of skin either way, but one of them is meant to be shown in public at its own purpose. One of them is meant to be private. It's meant to be more intimate. I feel like that's where the kind of like why you would blush over underwear, right? Like it's meant to be more like a just for you thing or somebody you're like really close to in that way. And so it would be kind of jarring to like see that all the time with someone and that you're not really that involved with, I guess. So I don't blame him for being a little bit embarrassed about it, but he probably should have said something sooner. I don't know why he waited so long to mention this. Probably because he was I think he was like partly enjoying it.
いや、まあ。そっちは意識してないから油断してたんだろうけどさ。
And then poor Noah just didn't even realize. Like, I think she just got so comfortable, and in a way that was part of like her just kind of relaxing, I guess.
意識って。逆にかけるは意識していたってこと？
するだろそりゃ。
かけるの中で私は女の子のカテゴリーに入っていた？
I feel like this is a very Japanese thing, and I probably said this before, but like the concept of like not seeing someone as a member of the opposite sex, as they say. I feel like that's a very Japanese thing. It's like I don't think that way. Like a girl is a girl and a boy is a boy, right?
どのカテゴリーに入ってると思ってたんだよ。女の子じゃなかったら何なんだよ。
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering, Cocker. It's like, what else would you be?
かけるに異性として認識されてると思ってなかった。
なんで？どこら辺でそう思った？
I mean, Noah can be kind of like a guy sometimes. You know, she can be like a dude.
だって
But you know, you're
私みたい
still
なの。
a girl. I mean,
さっきは鋭いって思ったけど鈍いな。
you're actually so.
鈍い？
鈍いだろ。俺お前が来るたびにかなりそわそわしてたぞ。照れまくってたぞ。
Noah was just so relaxed. She didn't realize like Cocker was like, "Can you not show that?" He's like,
なんでって。そんな格好されたらドキドキすんだろ男なら。だからさっきからなんだよそのリアクション。お前ちょっとは自分が可愛いって自覚しろ。
"Oh, Cocker, you think she's cute, huh? Okay, it's one thing to be like, oh, okay, you're a girl, you know, and you're kind of showing me a little bit of like intimate moments that you know we're not really in a relationship, so I don't really need to see those, and it's a little bit embarrassing. You know, that's kind of the point I was trying to make. But you know, if you think she's cute, if you're attracted to her, that changes things a little bit."
勢いで恥ずかしいこと言っちゃったけど。そりゃあ。
He's like, "I didn't mean it, but I meant
可愛い
it."
だろ。嘘じゃないって。
だってかけるって胸が大きい子好きでしょ？
Hey, you know, all sizes are great, okay? You know, flat is justice. Frick, what is the opie one? I can't remember the other saying they have for it. But you know, all sizes are good. Because ultimately, like, you're not picking a girl because of her chest size, okay, guys? At least I hope you're not. But you should be picking it because you enjoy being around them, you find them attractive, and you might find someone who has a small chest or a big chest attractive. I don't know. It just depends on who you like. I don't think the chest size is everything. I feel like your personal level of attractiveness to them, right? Like, you want to find them attractive. And then personality and things like that, how compatible you are and how much you get along. You don't necessarily have to have the same interests, but you have to at least, like, be able to get along with each other.
なんだよ急に。
九条さんとはるかの胸いつも見てるし。
Yeah.
いつも
I was gonna say something funny there, but I'm like, that's funny enough. It's true.
いつもチラチラ。
Oh, so you'll notice that, but you don't notice him looking at you, huh? I see how it is, Noah.
マジかよ。
私の胸は見ないから。
I'm debating. Do I say it? We're
Yeah,
just gonna move on.
すみません。それ完全に無自覚です。すみません。
私は対象外なのかと。
胸のでかい女子以外は女子じゃないとか、どんな差別主義者だよ俺。
Kakuru's got a fair point here.
そこまでは思ってないけど。
警戒心薄いなって思ってたけど、道理で。お前、同性の友達と一緒にいる感覚だったのか。
I feel like it was more Noah felt like she was one of the guys.
それに近いかも。
なんつうか、こんなこと言うのも恥ずかしいけどさ、俺男だかんな。普通に男だかんな。
わかってるけど。
分かってない。さっきのあれだ。胸に目が行くのと同じだ。
I don't know, guys. I don't think it's unnatural to look at areas like that, and because it is, they are sexual organs, right? Like they do kind of have a purpose. I mean, maybe breasts not as much, but I've heard like there actually is real science behind guys liking breasts, especially when looking for a partner. Like, I don't know why. I've heard it's not true, but like bigger breasts, you know, would produce more breast milk, things like that. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's science, okay? There is science to it.
可愛い女子が目の前で油断してたら、こう、わかるだろ?
Poor Noah, this conversation.
ああ、そうか、言わなきゃダメか。ムラムラすんだろ? そんな服で気を抜いてたらムラムラ。
Isn't that funny? Like, girls can just do literally nothing and guys will find them attractive.
ムラムラ。
そう、するの。
こんな未発達にも程がある私の体で。
Hey, everyone develops at different speeds, okay? There's nothing wrong with that.
そう。
ロリコンなの?
Dang, Noah. Come on. Throw my man a bone here. He finds you attractive. You're literally putting yourself down, and he says he still finds you attractive. Like, can you be nicer to him, please? Do not call him a pedo.
とんでもない球投げてきたな、おい。ちげえよ。ノアがガチロリだったらさすがに反応しねえよ。だから、こう、あれだよ。なんで俺こんな話してんだ？思春期の男ってのは大体そうなの。まずな、同じ空間にいるだけでもちょっと意識すんの。それでな、シャツ一枚でさ、いられたらさ、なんかこう、あかんだろう。あかんくなんの。
Okay, let me translate what Cocker is saying here, even though it's in plain English and you guys should be able to understand. He's pretty much saying, hey, we're both young and I have hormones. I have strong feelings, okay? And you are scantily dressed. You are getting comfortable in my house. And it's bound, like he said, it's bound to be bad. It's bound for him to to have certain emotions or feelings come up, regardless of whether he really wants them to. I'm not saying just because a girl's scantily dressed that it gives you permission to ogle her or to have those feelings, right? But it's just what happens.
だから気をつけろ、警戒しろ。
警戒襲うってこと？
Because Kakeru's not sure what the intent is there. In his mind, he just sees a girl who's wearing hardly any clothes, and sometimes he gets a peek of what's under those clothes through those clothes, right? So it's a hard situation. I mean, I'm gonna throw Kakeru a bone here, okay? Why am I having this conversation, guys?
そういうこともないとは言えん。だからくつろぐなとは言わんけど、ちょっとは警戒しろ。俺をあんまり信じるな。な。
Yeah, it's not to say Kakeru's gonna do something inappropriate, but it's just when you're coming over to someone's house, like the least you can do is cover yourself up, right? Like you don't need to be showing too much. She glances at me before quickly looking down, straightens her sitting posture for some reason. Then she murmurs something while still hanging her head.
止まる。
Noah, you're not making the situation any better.
止まる。
You're sending signals here.
止まっていい？
あ、いや。
止まりたいから。ダメ？
Is there gonna be an H team, guys?
ダメでは。
There's gonna be something here.
じゃあ。
There's totally something here. Can we look at the backlog real quick? What even is this conversation? Oh my gosh. An awkward silence descends. Why is she suggesting that she stay over after the talk we just had? Yeah, so now, see, if a girl did that, I would be getting some signs, okay? That you're saying something with this. Like, if he's talking about, hey, I want you to put some more clothes on, you know, and not show me as much, and then you're like, oh, well, can I stay over the night? Like, okay, you're sending some signals here. She's seducing me. Is that what's going on? What else could it be? Is she testing me? Man, I got no idea. Don't have the foggiest clue as to what Noah's big idea is here. If she's not staying over with the intention of doing something, then I really feel like she's just leading you on, and that's on her. Because she didn't apologize for you know, not being as dressed as maybe she should be. She didn't say that. She's just like, okay, you're interested, and maybe I'm interested. That's the impression I'm getting here. Sun's gone down. Noah's gonna drop by her house to tell her parents to grab a change of clothes. I walk Noah to the train station, grab a bite to eat, and come back to my place. Fly around until Noah comes back. This almost feels like the other day. I'm just as on edge as when I touched Noah through the illusory body. Can't figure out Noah's true reason for asking to stay over. I mean, it could be she just wants comfort, but I feel like with that conversation and then her going to wanting to stay over, like, if she meant anything else, I feel like that was bad communication on her part. My mind starts getting ideas and find myself oddly hopeful. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like Kakeru's justified in feeling this way. I really do. Even though I was shaking from killing someone just the other day. Even though I was berating myself for making the worst choice, but now my self-indulgent desires have got me nervous. I'm so disappointed in myself for being so simple-minded, but the fact remains I'm on edge right now thanks to Noah. Thanks to her coming over almost every day. Excuse me. To be with me, I felt comfortable and I haven't worried more than I need to over things. Maybe the reason she suggested staying over was because she doesn't want to leave me by myself. And that's fine. That would be a fine reason to stay over. Just like I said, if you're going to transition from what we just talked about to staying over, that I can only think of one thing in my mind. That she's intending. Or at least she's intending to have romance of some kind. So I don't overthink things that get trapped in guilt since I'm hoping for a user to go berserk. Maybe I said a bunch of weird stuff that made things awkward and she planned on staying from the start. And yeah, that could be the case too. Probably it. Noah had said that she already treats me like I'm a friend, didn't she? I should stop getting my hopes up and making things weird. I don't want to lose Noah's trust. But that's not a bad idea to go into it with that idea too. Just wait and see what the intention is, because you don't want to do something that isn't consensual, right? Sounds like Noah's back. Stand up and head towards the front door.
またお茶。
ああ、うん。
ただいま。
No one takes off her shoes and heads to the living room without making eye contact. Yep, I knew it. Things are awkward. Well, yeah, that was an awkward conversation.
ああ、そっか。
別にいい。後ろ向いてて。
Okay, yeah, definitely something's going on here. Yep.
あ、はい。
100% confirmed now. Turn my back to her as I'm told. I hear faint grunts and the rustling of cloth. You know, even though I just told her, remember being careful, not dropping your guard. I believe I just mentioned all of that, Noah-san. Well, anyways, I'm guessing it's not going to be the oversized t-shirt again. She went to go grab a change of clothes, so I'm assuming it's her regular pair of pajamas. Be that as it may, I'm still oddly excited. Yeah,
終わった。
I mean, I don't blame you for feeling that way, though. Oh, it's the t-shirt again. What did... You have two of these. Did you go and get another shirt? That's exactly the same. Not being careful at all. You're still as careless as ever. I will say, though, I think... For Kakuru's sake, I wish she would have made her intentions more clear. Like, hey, I'm okay with you seeing me like this, and I'm okay with whatever you think. You know, she just should have communicated better. If she didn't want Kakuru looking, then she should have said something, or if she did, maybe she should have said something too. Because he politely asked her to, like, stop showing as much. Like, hey, can you watch yourself a little bit more? And she didn't do anything. She didn't change anything. So that just... I don't know. If someone did that to me and I wasn't sure what their intentions were... I don't know, that would be frustrating. I can see it as well at the end of the table. Am I getting, like, too much onto this? I think I'm overthinking this, guys. I'm sorry. Let's just let things happen. It's the most awkward things between us have been yet. Up until now, it never bothered me at all when we both go silent, but now it's making me uncomfortable.
なんか食べる？
ご飯食べてきたからお腹いっぱい。
そうか。
And the conversation comes to a grinding halt. Gosh, this is going to be the awkward episode. Neither of us are big talkers, so it's not like we have lively conversations on the regular, but we never have pauses as awkward as this one. Getting antsy, I gotta say something. Try as I might to look for a topic, I can't find one. However, Noah is the one who eventually breaks the silence.
かけるは
Looking down, she utters my
九
name.
条さんのこと。
Why are you asking that when things are this awkward? That's the first thing that pops into my mind. As I sit unable to think or answer her question, Noah continues speaking while repeatedly glancing at me. I mean, I have some ideas as to why she's asking. She's probably feeling a little bit insecure about herself and wants to make sure that Kakeru is really truly interested in her before she does anything.
戦う動機を聞いたとき、九条さんと親しくなりたかったからって。
ああ、まあ、うん。動機は、うん、好きとかでは多分ない。
そっか。今まで恋人とかいた？
Hey, seriously, why are you asking this? He's like, no, I don't want to have to say no. Cold sweat forms my brow. Gets so tense my body starts to lock up.
なんだよさっきから。
He's gonna be like, I had a RuneScape girlfriend once.
ただの好奇心。
いない。できたことない。
そっか。
Noah's expression looks somewhat relieved upon hearing my answer. Wait, relieved why? Is the reason... Is that the reaction you're going with, really? I'm going to get the wrong impression. I mean, who wouldn't? Does this girl actually like me or something? That's what I'll end up thinking. Are you okay with that? Yeah, it could be that she's relieved that he hasn't dated any of the other girls in the group. Or it could be that she's relieved because maybe she hasn't dated anybody either. And maybe going into a relationship both as your first time would feel a little bit more comfortable.
ノアはどうなんだよ。恋人とか。
I return the question to give off a nonchalant vibe, but I feel like I've completely screwed it up. There's no taking back what I already said. I have to go with the flow.
友達すらいなかったのに、恋人なんているはずない。
Dang. That's super depressing. Like, not even, like, just not having a boyfriend or whatever. Like, you just never had a friend before. Like, that's just sad.
そうか。
I feel bad.
まあノアは興味なさそうだよな。恋人とか恋愛とか。
うん、なかった。恋愛をテーマにした作品にも興味なかったし。
I feel like that's changed
け
though.
ど
Maybe not the romance-centric works or whatever, but I feel like maybe now she does have an interest in romance. Maybe because I think she's falling in love for the first time.
今は
Yep.
でもいいなって思っ
Why is she saying things to make my heart throb? Because she's trying to build up to it, Kakura. She's really trying. This is kind of her first time dealing with all this. So, I mean, I guess I could forgive her for, like, sending these really weird, bizarre signals that she's done this episode so far. But I guess sometimes I forget, like, they're 18, so they're young. And, they're figuring all this out for the first time. And, you know, if you're a little bit older, I'm sure you could look back and remember, like, your first romance or your first girlfriend or whatever, boyfriend, you know, what have you. You can think back and remember kind of how awkward things were at that age. Seriously getting the wrong idea, you know? I mean, I am getting the wrong idea, right? Noah isn't trying to set the mood like that, is she? Confession? Wait, is she confessing to me? Yeah, right, no way. What if she was... Gakura, just shut up and let her do it! Just let things happen. Or, better yet, just ask her. Is that what you're trying to do? I hear about this all the time. People are, like, so nervous about confessing and they have a crush. And they're like, oh, I'm never gonna tell them. Like, why? Just go for it. I mean, definitely set the mood. Like, the mood has to be right. You know, you have to build up to it. Don't just go, all right, and ask somebody. Like, that's not gonna end well. But, you know, build up to it at least. And, like, just make it happen. Like, okay, well, don't force it. Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But just... don't be as nervous as you feel like you are, you know? Set the mood, make sure things are right, go for it. And you might get disappointed. And that's okay. Sometimes you're going to get disappointed in life. But the more you get used to being disappointed sometimes, don't go into it with an expectation of being disappointed, but just learn to handle it, okay? That's all I'm saying, guys. My expectations swell up in my heart so bad that I feel like it's going to be right on my chest. Hold on, I gotta remember that Noah thinks of me as if I was a friend of the same sex. Don't get swept up in the hype. I don't know if she feels like that anymore. It's impossible for Noah to like me romantically. And besides, that was kind of an assumption anyways. So we don't know that for sure. But what if she is confessing? I just so badly want to link him that video. Is she into you? You know, the one by, the guy who does those little drawings and things like that. I don't know why I'm like blanking on the name, but is she into you? I probably need to wait for a better sign. That's what I feel like he's doing. He's just like, is she into me? Nah. Don't even have feelings for Noah in the first place. Yes. Good. I'm glad you came to the same conclusion as I did. Still feels less romantic and more like sexual attraction. I feel like at that age, you can kind of confuse the two a little bit. Because sometimes your hormones are just so strong that maybe you really do like them romantically, but there is like just strong sexual attraction. Like so strong that like it might overpower the feelings of romance. But that doesn't mean you don't have those. She's confessing to me that I'm definitely saying, okay, I definitely will. That's just how I am.
なあ、動画見ないか？
What? Takuru. Oh, I can't say I'm doing great this episode. I feel like my advice has been such a jumbled up mess. You guys are probably like, Justin, what are you even saying right now? Like, this is totally like out of left field. But Kakuru, that's not, I can tell you that's not just something you should have said right there.
よし、じゃあ準備するわ。
It's like you're trying to jump past the confession here to going on a date. Like, let it happen. Shouldn't let this awkward conversation persist. I'm gonna lose control. You need to give us a break from talking so we can calm down. I'll chill out by the end of the
何み
movie.
たい？
なんでもいい。
じゃあどうすっかな。適当に選ぶわ。
うん。
Dang, they are so cuddling. A little indecision, I choose a safe action flick. Hit the play button, take a seat. Noah also relocates in front of the monitor and nestles close to me. Yep, this is about the distance we had during the horror movie too. Nothing to freak out about here, yep. Oh my gosh. This is truly the most awkward episode we've had so far. We watched the movie together. Since the intro is kind of boring, my mind ends up wandering towards Noah. After 10 minutes in, the story starts rolling, and I finally begin focusing on the movie.
銃の撃ち方かっこいいな。
真似したい。
Toss comments about the movie back and forth, and before I know it, the awkward vibe diminishes. Well, good. I'm glad that worked out well. And I thought he was, like, planning on a date. That's why I said what I did. I'm like, Kakeru, that's not, like, the great way to transition it, like, trying to plan a date. I guess they're just watching a movie here. Or my movie pick ends up being a dud. As the action gets more intense, people start dying left and right, and I can see Noah tensing up and breathing more shallowly whenever a corpse is on the screen, even for a second.
やめるか。
大丈夫。このくらいいつものことだし、創作物なら大成できてる。漫画でもアニメでも人はよく死ぬし。
Yeah, it's true. A lot of people have died in this game too.
心配してくれてありがとう。大丈夫。最後まで見たい。
わかった。
We resume watching, however, I soon come to regret that. I tell myself we should have stopped after all. Uh-oh. Make the heart grow fonder. That's an interesting music track. As we come to a sex scene. Ooh. The hero and heroine are both fully... Whoa, what kind of movie is this, Kakeru? What kind of movie did you put on? You put on a movie that just shows a straight up scene. Wow, okay. I mean, a lot of, like, PG-13 movies, like, you know what they're doing, and they show what they're doing, but then there's not, like, no nudity or anything. And he's just like, oh yeah, they're just fully nude. Give me a freaking break. Why is this scene in the movie? I wouldn't have picked it had I known. Actually, holy crap, this was long. What kind of action movie needs a sex scene this involved? I want to stop the movie right away, but I hesitate since it might leave us too self-conscious and weirded out. I think composure managed to stick it out. With the sex scene finally behind us, we reach the climax of the film. Thanks to the chaotic turn of events, the awkward vibe goes out the window. Then comes to the credits, the screen shrinks to the corner and a list of recommended movies show up.
エンドロール。
いい。
Yeah, why would you want to watch the
止めるか。
credits, man?
なかなか面白かった。
な、アクション派手でよかった。
Our impression sharing doesn't last long. Maybe it's because of my internal desire to escape the awkward void, but my eyes peer over at the clock. Too early to sleep. But I sure as hell want to. I want to let this day just end.
風呂って入ってきた？
入ってない。
じゃあ、入るよな。わかった。洗ってくるわ。
Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna get in the bath together like he did with Haruka. Quickly stand up and head to the bathroom. After a more thorough than usual scrub, I fill the bathtub with water.
すぐお湯たまるから。
かけるの後に入る。
え、いいよ。先に入れよ。
悪いし。
いいって。一番風呂はお客様にって、うちの家訓なんだ。
本当に？
今作った。
Yeah, I was gonna say, he totally just made that up. There's no way that was a family motto. She stands up and goes to her bag. Looks like she brought a bathing set of towels, soaps, and a fresh pair of underwear, which I quickly look away from once I spot them. God, I wish she'd be mindful. A little bit more care is all I'm asking. Well, actually, I'm in the wrong for staring so hard just now. The bathtub isn't filled yet, so Noah holds her toiletries and takes a seat back where she was a second ago. Silence yet again. A few minutes pass without us saying a word until a beep notifies us that the tub is filled. Gosh dang, Japan with your heated tubs. Freaking... Why do we have nothing like that here in America? Why are we living like peasants? We don't have heated toilet seats. We don't have freaking heated floors in our bathrooms. We don't have heated tubs. We don't have anything heated.
お先どうぞ。
入ってくる。
Freaking the hot water heater in our apartment, like, we run out of hot water by the end of the day because we just use so much between, you know, you got a washer machine, you got the sink if you're washing dishes, you got the dishwasher, if you're taking showers, like, the hot water just goes. It's like, man, we need electric stuff so you could just heat it on demand. talking. Sorry, rant over, but Japan just has some cool stuff. I respect it. Feel the tension instantly melt away. God, this is bad. I'm too much in my own head, but there's not too much I can do about the situation. I'm not some veteran playboy, so no way I can stay calm like this. Same for Noah, too. Telling myself that Noah doesn't see me that way, but something tells me that she does. Sees me as a man, that is. Maybe I really should be getting my hopes up. Wait, hopes for what? Well, there's always after she gets out of the bath. Right, the bath. Right now, Noah is in the bath, which means she's fully nude. Yes, Kakeru, that's what it means to take a bath. Nobody bathes in their swimsuit, okay? My once melted tension is back with a vengeance. I try to put on a random movie to drive away this inner anguish. No dice. The supple sensation of her body I touched indirectly comes flooding back. I can't take it anymore. If I see Noah after she gets out of the bath, my rationality might finally go out the window. Continue to stare at the video, not paying attention to its content for about 10 minutes. I feel like we've all done that. Just like put on a movie or a show or something and then just totally zoned out. Or like you're just on your phone or you're not there, okay? You're not watching whatever is on. You're just using as background noise practically. Noah seems to have stepped out faster than I expected. My heart immediately starts racing. Noah projects her voice from the other side of the door. She sounds a little anxious, but why? I hear she responds as the door slowly opens and Noah peeks a bit of her face out from the crack. Meaning she... Yes, Kakeru. That's what that means. And yes. I will say, this is probably one of the most awkward build-ups to one of these kind of scenes. At least Sora was just playful with it. Sora just kind of was like, oh, you want to look, you know? And then this is just like Kakeru constantly saying, is she naked? Is she naked? She doesn't have a towel. Does that mean she's naked? Yes, Kakeru. Flub around to and fro in place. I have to calm down. I can't get thrown out of whack. Wait, what do you mean you brought a towel? I thought we literally just established earlier that you brought one. Pull out a bath towel and hold it out to Noah. Noah reaches her arm out from the crack of the door, causing my heart to jump. Noah's arm slinks back and the door shuts. I panicked. What is this? No, seriously, I need answers. Why is she causing one silly event after another to toy with my emotions? Gotta keep it in. I've gotta keep that snarling beast's virginity in its cage. That sounds so weird when you put it that way. I'm overreact to the sound of the door opening. Noah's back. Calm myself and look up. Stunned speechless. Excuse me, Noah, but why are you wearing a bath towel? Why aren't you wearing your t-shirt? Okay, she's going to change after she dries her hair. That makes sense. She had to come out in a towel to ask where the hairdryer was. Makes perfect sense. This just makes me feel awkward reading this now. It's just so... It's almost to the point where it's a little bit cringe. Like, I'm like cringing inside. I'm just like, gosh, guy, do you need to commentate on every little thing that's happening? But to be fair, it is kind of an awkward situation. Like, she is kind of like playing with him when he's already on edge. Like, she hasn't really confirmed or like reciprocated, I guess, that she's feeling the same way he is. So he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't want to do too much, and like, if she wasn't like wanting me to come on to her, or she's not coming on to me, I don't want to like make a move. I understand why or what events led to him feeling like that. And what comes back, the hairdryer still wrapped in the towel. Why though? How though? Kakeru, we know exactly what's going on here. Why me? Why do I have to dry? How come? Oh my gosh. Kakeru, just go do it. Just go do it. You know you feel the same way about her. Just go do it. If she's like trying to set a mood here, just let it happen. Can't believe that look she's shooting me. Can't very well refuse her now. She hands me the hairdryer and parks herself on my bed. First, I've got to plug this in. What do I do now? I've never dried someone else's hair before, much less a girl's hair. Just point it towards her hair. That's all you need to do. She'll let you know.
もう寝るだけだし、癖ついても平気。
そうです。
I give up and stand in front of her. Wait, I should be behind her. I step behind her and position the hairdryer.
一番弱い風がいい。
I slide the switch and point the stream of warm air at Noah's hair. Oh, interesting. We're having one of these scenes. Okay. I wonder if this would be in without the H patch. I wonder if they'd even have this scene. Her hair flutters slightly as the warm air runs through it. Because, I mean, this is... Here, I'll show you guys. There's nothing wrong with this scene. He's just drying her hair. Nothing weird. It's short for a girl's hair, but it's longer than mine, so it looks like it's going to take some time to dry. It's probably pretty thick, too. So I run my fingers through it like a beautician.
触っていい?
I stammer out, gaining permission. Timidly, I reach out my hand to give it a touch.
引っ張ったつもりないけど、
くすぐったかっただけ。
そうか。
Our stiff and awkward exchange doesn't last long. Gosh, what? Bugs, leave me alone. Frickin' summertime. Only the sounds of the hairdryer echo throughout the room. She sure does have a lot of hair. Each strand is thinner and softer than anything that'd be on my head. As I sit here touching, I begin to feel somewhat strange. The dryer is softly spreading the unfamiliar scent of her shampoo across the room, setting my heart aflutter. Also below me, I have Noah clad in a single towel. She's vulnerable. One act of mischief would be enough to tear that towel. Control yourself. I just wrap my arms around her, and I doubt she'd get pissed at me. Stupid thoughts race through my mind. In an attempt to snap out of it, I start speaking without a clue as to what I'm actually talking about.
何？
なんだ、そう、髪サラサラだな。
Gosh, the way he was talking right there reminded me of the teacher from Kill la Kill, who's actually like somebody else. But is that a spoiler? That's kind of a spoiler. But that show's from like what, 8 years ago? If I'm spoiling it now, that's on you, okay? But he reminds me of the teacher. He's like, you know, he's talking like that.
ありがとう。
ケアとかしてんの？なんか変わった。
別に。
そうか。
シャンプーは少しこだわってる。
自分の持ってきてたもんな。
I think that's fine. I mean, I'm particular about the shampoo I use
ま
too.
だ余ってる。かけるも使う？
いや、俺がこんないい匂いさせても気持ち悪いだろう。
そうは思わないけど。これいい匂い？
I mean, I kind of prefer mine unscented, but you don't really find a lot of unscented ones, so.
うん。
好みの匂い？
まあ好みかな。
そっか。じゃあこれからもこのシャンプー使うようにする。
Young love.
うん。
What is this supposed to mean? Kakeru, you know what it's supposed to mean. She's gonna use a shampoo that I like. It's not practically a confession. I'm sorry, guys. It's gonna take everything in me to get through this episode. It's just Kakeru asking over and over, is she into me? No. Is she into... No. I don't know if she said that. Is she into... No. That's just this whole episode. He just needs to watch that video. I think it's only a few minutes long. It would really help him. Maybe she's just Canadian and she's being nice. You know, she just took me up to her room, turned off the lights, and took off all her clothes. You know, maybe she's just being nice. I don't think she's into me, guys. Taking the wrong idea and going crazy with joy is just gonna end up hurting me. Noah's toying with me. What the hell is her game?
迷惑だった。 急に止まるって言い出して。
ああ、いや別に驚きはしたけど。
ごめん。
別に謝らなくてもいいけど。親になんて言ったんだ？
友達の家に泊まるって言った。
ああ、友達だよな、友達。
I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, she's saying we're friends. It just so happens to be a boy. Yeah, makes sense. We're friends after all. Yeah, close call. I'm so glad I didn't jump the gun and pounce on her. God, that was close. Whew.
あ、そうだ、お土産。
え？
お世話になるから買っていきなさいって。駅前でおせんべい買った。
Nice crackers. Oh, how nice of you.
しっかりしてんな。
電話するって言ってたけど、それは阻止した。
まあ、俺が出るわけにもいかんしな。
Yeah, he's just like, hey, this is Kakaru. Yeah, I'm Noah's friend. Can you imagine? As a parent, if I heard that on the other line, I'd be like, hell no.
絶対ダメって言われるから。
だよな。
I reply and nod in agreement, my composure wavering all the while. I can understand her parents being opposed to her staying over at my house. Just tell me, why are you here, Noah? Why are you trying to get my hopes up just when I'm on the verge of regaining my sanity? Noah! Noah!
おせんべい、あっちの紙袋。
え？ああ、うん。
渡すの忘れてた。口に合うといいけど。
紙袋の何？柄？店のマーク？見たことある。
Oh,
エ
dang.
ビせんだよな。
My wife likes shrimp crackers. She says they're pretty good.
うん、そう。
じゃあめっちゃ好きなやつだ。
よかった。食べきれなかったら空にも分けていいから。
どうせなら一緒に食おうぜ。ノアが買ってきたんだし。ああ、でも明日か。こんな時間に食うと太るよな。
Oh, trust me, I know. That's like the best time to eat is right before bed, because then you're like, you're feeling full, you're feeling comfortable, and you just fall asleep easily. But like, it's the worst time as far as like, your digestive system slows down when you sleep, so you don't want to do that, because then you just put on more weight.
気にしない。
じゃあ、後で一緒に食おう。お土産のチョイス渋いな。
日持ちしそうで無難なの選んだだけ。
ああ、日持ちか。俺そういうこと考えずに買いそう。っていうか、コンビニで適当に買いそう。
Yeah, but I feel like chips and crackers would get stale.
かけるはそっちの方がいいかなって。
ノアはあんまり食べないんだっけ？
うん、あんまり。
I would say she literally brought like bags full of snacks the other day.
モックとかは？ジャンクフード系。
What, Maki D's? I feel... Didn't they call it McDonald's or something earlier?
たまに食べる。
カップラーメンとかは食べなさそうだな。
嫌いなわけじゃないけど、めったに食べない。
I was gonna look back, but never mind.
カップじゃないラーメンも食べなさそう。
どうして？
なんか似合わない。
I don't know, I feel like she would be a ramen
よ
eater.
くわからない。
I mean, there's other kinds of ramen. You don't have to go to the store and get instant ramen. You know, they're like, if you go to a good ramen shop, like the broth there is pretty fire.
パス
Get
タは
some
似
tonkatsu ramen or something.
そういうイメージ。これからは積極的に壊していきたい。
I could see you're eating pasta too.
じゃあ、今度ラーメン食いに行くか。
うん、行く。
あっさり系とこってり系、どっちがいい？
特にこだわりはないけど。
強いて言うなら。
Plain?
あっさり？
Nah, you want the broth that's made with a good stock.
わかった。おすすめの店に連れてく。
うん。楽しみ。
You want a broth that's like a soup that you would want to like drink up afterwards, even though it's probably terrible for you because it's full of sodium. Start enjoying a surprisingly nice chat, and my nervousness is gone before I know it. Yeah, this is so much better. This is so much easier to read. By the time I'm used to touching Noah's hair, I've got it completely dried.
よし、終わり。
ありが。
Noah tries to stand up, and that's... Guys, why? Why do you do this to me? Why do I have to play with H-Patch? I mean, I know you miss so much dialogue, but then I have to see that. It's a shame I couldn't see anything from that angle, though. Maybe I should say it's a blessing in disguise. Oh, they made sure we as the viewer could see it. That's for sure. God, really, would it kill you to be more conscientious, Noah-san?
な
Well, I'm being more conscientious about this, too. On the floor in front of the bathroom, she just left her change of clothes lying around. Because she's wearing that darn towel because she wouldn't change right away. What would she do if I were... Ew. Not that I would ever do that. I can contain myself. Really need to get my crap together. I heave a sigh as I undress and throw my clothes into the washer. Place my change of clothes on top of the washer and call it to the
俺
living
もう
room.
入るからいつでも着替え取りに来て大丈夫だぞ
Go into the bathroom without waiting for a reply. Gosh dang, guys. Why? I sigh yet again. Man, today was exhausting. I'm getting tossed and turned every step of the way. Just Kakeru chilling in the bath. Anyways, let's take a nice relaxing dip in the bath. Tub full of the same water. Bro, just because she used it too. Like, I just can't do this today, guys. I'm just like, the awkwardness is just like, it's like nails in a chalkboard here. Even I have to admit it's unsanitary, but... Well, isn't the thing about Japanese culture that you shower first, and then you get into the tub, so it's generally pretty clean? In my current mental state, I might end up making a huge mistake. Like putting my hair... We're just gonna ignore everything I just read right there. I didn't even say it out loud. Can't spot any hairs anywhere. Wait, she did soak in the tub, didn't she? Did she not use it, or did she predict I'd get the wrong idea? Why would you set me up so far just to let me down here? I was hoping the rest of the bathwater was your bathwater. I just wanted to bathe in the same water as a beautiful girl. You were overthinking this incredibly. As I berate myself, I turn the faucet and let the cold water run from the shower. Hot water now won't do. I need to chill out. Gotta clear my mind and be cool. Question is, can I? Even if she didn't soak in the bathtub, she would have to. Had to have showered here, right? This is getting me all hot and bothered. Can't do this anymore. I'm through. After getting out of the bath, we watch another movie while snacking the shrimp crackers since it's too early to go to sleep. This time we watch them without any awkward scenes. You don't even need to watch the movie. We get enough awkward scenes without it. No jump scares of people dying either. As we approach the end, Noah lets out a yawn. It's only 11 p.m. I'm usually up for a little later, but I guess we can turn it in now for tonight. After all, if we stay awake, who knows what mishaps might occur again. Yeah, that's putting it lightly. I'm gonna have to censor that. I might just cut it out. So you guys might not even know what I'm freaking out about, but a little bit of a wardrobe misfunction. We'll call it that. A towel misfunction. Once the credits roll, I stop the video. I shut down my laptop and stand up.
歯ブラシとか持ってきた
持ってきた。
そうかお先にどうぞ
磨いてくる。
She pulls out her toothbrush and toothpaste and heads to the washroom. I stand up with no real plan in mind. Oh wait, I should probably change out the pillowcases since I'm letting Noah use the bed. I'd venture she probably doesn't want to sleep with my scent in her nose. Should I change the sheets too? No, that might be, I don't know, a little overboard, come across too eager, or would it? I don't know. Am I being too paranoid? Well, I feel like if you're having someone else sleep in your bed, like, yeah, you should change out the sheets and stuff, just to have a clean pair. Like, just for sanitary reasons, not because it's like, oh, I'm sleeping in someone else's bed. In any case, just the pillowcases should do. Alright, there. Now, I'll be sleeping on the floor. What should I do? I don't own a spread futon. I know, maybe those will work. Pull out a winter blanket and a mattress pad from the closet and spread them on the floor. Nice, that should do it. I'll just use the throw pillows as actual pillows and it'll be perfect. Maybe I should move it a little bit more away from the bed. I'll need to move the table to do so, though.
何してるの？
Noah returns as I diligently work on
俺の
making
寝
my
床を
bed.
整えてる
かけるの？
そうノアはベッド使えよ俺はこっちで寝るからさああ枕カバーは変えといたシーツも変えた方がいいか
必要ない。そのままでいい。
そうかよしこんなもんかじゃあ俺も歯磨いてくるわ
Brush my teeth extra carefully. Don't know why. Since I'm just going to sleep, but still. I'm getting self-conscious because I'm with a girl. It's making me brush my teeth way more careful than usual. I mean, it's not like anything's gonna happen. It's not like I'm expecting anything to happen. Clean mouth is a healthy mouth, right? Right? I think making meaningless excuses to myself in the mirror as I scrub away at my teeth. Rinse out my mouth and put away my toothbrush. Lastly, I fixed my hair for some reason. Alright, now to go to bed. The day is finally over. The turbulent day of Noah using my heart as her plaything.
あれ
Once I return to the living room, the blankets and stuff that I set up on the floor are folded up and pushed off to the corner, and for whatever reason, sitting on top of them with her knees clutched to her chest is Noah. I swear, nothing she does makes any sense.
とベッドじゃなくてそっちがよかった？
ううん
あまだ寝たくない？
寝る。
あじゃあ俺も寝ますので。
Please, just somebody say it.
うん
それ広げますのでどいていただけると。
やだ。
やだ？
一緒に寝る。
Thank you. Just say it. If that's what you intended, just say it.
ベッドで一緒に寝る。
は？
床じゃなくてベッドで一緒に。
She's just spelling it out. What is this girl talking about? Is she being serious? Does she even know what she's saying?
そりゃダメだろ。
どうして？
どうしてって言わ。
一人じゃ眠れない。
なんで？
暗いの怖い。
We'll get you a nightlight, Noah. We'll get you a nightlight.
明るいと熟睡できない。
なんつうわがままな。
いつもぬいぐるみと一緒に寝てる。
俺にぬいぐるみになれってか？いやなれねえよ。ダメだろ。
どうして？
だからどうしてってお前ダメに決まってんだろ一緒になんて。
やだ。
やだじゃねえよ。何がだよ。もう分かった分かった。寝るのやめよう。起きてよ。
やだ。一緒に寝る。
She talks like a child. No, want to sleep together. She's like throwing a fit.
なんで子供みたいになって。
一緒に寝る。
だからまずいだろ。その男と女がな、わかるだろ。
Akaru, she knows what she's doing, my guy.
わかってる。
だよな。わかった上で。
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
そっか。俺がどうなるか保証できませんけど。
別にいい。
いいの？
いい。
そっか。
This is a long episode, guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is a freaking long episode.
一緒に寝よ。
はい。
We lie in the same bed. Lying next to me, Noah squeezes under my arm tightly. She stares right at me. Yes, ma'am. God, why did I open my stupid mouth? Hey, there's nothing wrong with, being polite. Who am I kidding? I know exactly why I lost. I lost the lust. I mean, the fact she prompted us to sleep together, even though she knows it's not right, means what it says on the box, right? I can't refuse that. Her insistence is setting me over the edge. I don't know what she's really up to here. I honestly have no clue what's going to happen, but I'm at my wit's end. My wit's end in resisting the upsurge of desire.
寝ないの？
この状況で無理だろ。
どうして？
聞くなよ。
どうなるか保証できないんだっけ？どうなるか見てみたい。
You guys reading this? You seeing what she is saying? She wants to see what's gonna happen. Dang, am I gonna have to censor more of this? I'm totally gonna have to censor more of this. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a lot of work. Feel my heart slam against my chest. Those words, her clinging to me, asking to sleep together, asking to stay the night over at my place. All that means what I think it means, right? Safe to assume this isn't just one of my delusions, that Noah is doing what I think she's doing, isn't it? If I were more of a ladies' man, I would have pounced on Noah at the drop of a hat. Actually, I probably would have turned into a womanizing wolf at an earlier stage. But I'm just a wuss who's never dated a girl before. I can't handle things in style.
なんかのはおかしくないか？
I'm this far in and I'm still pathetically trying to probe around for answers. This is exactly what I've been never able to get a girlfriend. God, I hate myself. It's okay, you're just an experience. I mean, this isn't something I would really brag about being good at either, right? You know, it's just you're having a good time and you're exploring. You're getting to know each other. It's both your first time, maybe being in a relationship, maybe doing these kind of things. The answer to that question is already clear as day, but I can't resist the urge to hear it straight from Noah's mouth.
おかしい？
うん。
自分でもそう思う。
なんかあった？
自分なりに必死にアプローチしてる。
アプローチ？なんで？
かけるのことが好きだから。
There it is, boys. See, I care more about that than I do any of the H chains. Because it's like those are more private, those are more intimate. I don't need to see all that, right? I care about this. I'm shaken. That's what I've been hoping she would say. But now I actually heard those words and I can't help but feel flustered. Can't help but think this is some sort of dream or
どうして
hallucination.
驚くの？
いや、だって。
もう気づいてたでしょ？
まあ、そうかなと。
I would hope so.
いや、でもなんつうか、同性の友達のつもりだったみたいなこと言ってたからさ。
This is where Noah reveals that she goes both ways. She doesn't care.
親友になりたいとは思ってた。さっきまでは。
I'm trying to think, what is it called? Would it be pansexual? Is that where you just like who you like regardless of gender? Like they could be an alien for all you care, as long as you like them.
私なんか守備範囲外だと思ってたから。だから一番の友達でいたいなって。
友達感覚ってそういうことか。
Interesting.
かけるは私のこと意識してないだろうから。私もそうしてた。男同士の友達ってそうなんだろうなって思って。
目のやり場にめちゃくちゃ困った。
下着はわざと見せてたわけじゃない。ごめん。
Correction, she didn't mean to show you them back then.
下着だけじゃなくてさ、足とか
意識しちゃった？
するだろう、そりゃ。
She's happy about it. Noah smiles bashfully with a hint of satisfaction.
が私のこと女の子として見てくれてるって頑張ってみようって思った。他の誰かに取られないうちに。
Oh, so now it's all on purpose, huh?
すごく恥ずかしかったけど、かけるがおどおどしてて
Wow.
ちょっと面白かった。
Didn't know you were that kind of girl, Noah. Playing around.
そりゃするだろう、おどおど。だってずっと普通だったのにいきなりおかしくなるから。っていうか、いや、こんなこと聞くのもなんだけど。
いつだと思う？
全然わからん。
あんなことしておいて。
俺何した？
ナインボール。
ナインボール。
私に声かけた。
最初に声かけた日か？
そう。
Is she saying it was love at first sight?
あの日。俺何した？
だから私に声をかけた。
You came up and talked to me, and I knew once you started speaking that I loved you.
それだけ？じゃあ、
I'm not a huge fan of love at first sight. I'm personally not that kind of person that falls in love at first sight. I mean, I can fall in love quickly, like, don't get me wrong, but it would never be at first sight. Like, I have to know the person a little bit. I have to know personality. I have to kind of know some things about them, right? You don't want to fall in love with someone that's, like, got a bunch of red flags, you know?
好きだった。戸惑う理由がわからない。
いや、だって俺特別なことしてないし。
本気で言ってる？逆に何が特別じゃなかったのか聞きたい。
I mean, to be fair, he did come up, like, totally, like, just as chuny as her, right? Like, he kind of, like, emulated her perfectly. Most people would not do that.
あんな出会い方したら、私みたいな重度の中二病患者はときめくに決まってる。
Yeah, that was probably, like, her biggest dream.
あの時思った。運命の人が現れたって。 私とこの人の物語がここから始まるんだ。
そっか。初めて会った時から。
ずっと私を演じてきたから気持ちを隠すのは得意。
っていうか他の枝でもそんな素振り全くなかったし、むしろ警戒されてる枝もあったし。
That's true.
かけるのことよく知らなかったからでしょ。
まあでも仲間になった間でも別に。
恋心ではなかったかもしれないけど、少なくとも好意を抱いていたと思う。あなたのひたむきさを仲間としてそばで見ていたのなら。
ひたむき。
誰かのために頑張れるあなたは立派だと思う。
I'm at a loss for words. I've never had anyone be so straightforward with me before. How do I even respond? I'm confused and it's making me freeze up.
そんなかけるが好き。
Okay.
かけるは私のことと聞かせてほしい。
I want to hear what he has to say too. This is my chance for a girlfriend. All I have to say is I love you. If I do, I've got a girlfriend. But I'm gonna do something so sincere to Noah. That's why I'll be upfront. I'll tell her how I honestly feel. That's what you should do anyways.
好きか嫌いかで言ったら。
Because she just bore her feelings. She kind of bore, like, how she's been feeling about you the whole time. Like, you need to reciprocate and do the same. Not just brush her off her feelings and say, I love you.
間違いなく好き寄りだと思う。好きって言ってもらえてすげえ嬉しかったし、今だって今だけじゃなくて今日ずっとドキドキしてるし。けどこれがちゃんと好きなのかわからない。ノアを意識したのってほら減退でさ、変身した時で。ノアの悪い変態っぽいけどさ、体の感触っていうか触ってめちゃくちゃドキドキした。でもそれってさ、恋とかじゃなくて性欲。
I'm actually so glad he's saying this. Because, like, that's absolutely true. That's a very right-on observation that he's saying that. Maybe he just does feel lust towards her. He's not sure truly if he's in love with her, and he's telling her that. And I think that's great. That's, like, right on. That's what I would want someone to say in that situation. Like, don't lead her on saying, oh yeah, I like you, but just because I like your body, right? Nah, Kakura, I'm actually really, like, proud of you for saying it that way. Yeah, like, there's no doubt there's a little bit of, like, sexual tension going on here, but, like, she has more than just that. She wants a relationship, she wants love, and he's just not sure if he's there, and he said that. And that's great. That's what you should do if you were in a situation like that. You should absolutely say, hey, just a disclaimer, I think I'm very physically attracted to you. I'm not sure if I'm emotionally and mentally attracted to you. I'm leaning towards that way, but I'm not sure if I'm there yet, and I'm just going to be upfront with you. Like, perfect. Get it out there. Say the truth. I mean, because you have to be careful. It sounds like she fell in love very quickly.
世界線を越えてきたって属性に惹かれた。かけるの人格とか何も知らないのに。
Yeah, because see, I would honestly say she fell in love for the wrong reasons. Like, she didn't really know him personally, didn't spend time with him. I think love needs to be something you build up and that eventually will happen, right? Like, it's not something that just you can have instantly. You can't just love someone right away. I think it comes with as you get to know them and as you appreciate them. I'm not saying they necessarily have to prove that they're a lovable person. I think you can love someone that is very hard to love, And I think you can really love anybody. And I'm not saying necessarily in a romantic way, but I'm saying like you can love somebody as a person, even someone that's not very lovable. But I feel like that takes time. That's not something you just look at someone and you instantly love them. I feel like maybe that could happen, but that would be very rare. And especially in the case of romantically loving someone, I don't necessarily believe in love at first sight, or I don't at least condone it. I think that's a dangerous way to get yourself in a situation where you don't really know somebody and you just go off of infatuation instead of love. And that's where the worry comes for me, is infatuation is not something you want. It's fine when you're first, in a relationship or first get married, but you need the actual love to be there. Don't confuse infatuation and love. They're not the same thing.
たとえ性欲でも私自身に魅力を感じてくれたカケルは私よりもよっぽど純粋。
そう
迷惑ならはっきり言ってほしい。
迷惑とは思ってない。
Honestly, this is like the best part of the conversation we've had this whole video. Like the rest of the video has been kind of awkward and things have been happening, whatever. This part's great. I like that they're being honest with their feelings. Like, hey, if you don't want me, like just tell me. Just say it,
悪い。男らしくないな。ちょっと整理させてくれ。ノアは他の枝ではいつもクールで頼れる仲間で。でもこの枝ではホラーでビビって叫んでさ。
気を許してたからだと思う。普段の私だったら。
かもな。そういう素の顔を見せてくれるのがなんか嬉しかった。猫を抱いている時とかめちゃくちゃいい笑顔って。
As I speak, it dawns on me. I finally realize I get it. That one time wasn't the start, it was even further back.
私はカケルが好き。
Okay. That's right. This smile attracted me. I can say that with utmost confidence. See, I think love at this stage, where they've been doing so many things together, they've had all these experiences that really like have bonded them. I feel like at this point you could really love somebody. I feel like enough has happened between them that they could know that there's something more than just friendship here. She smiles in delight as she hugs my arm tight.
"しなくてもいつかノアは自力で前に進んでいたと思う。
そう？
俺よりよっぽど強いからな。
甘えちゃダメってこと？
いや、そういうわけじゃ。
甘えていい？
もちろん。
やった。
Look at that pure face. That's a happy woman. I love to see it. I feel my rationality almost get blown away, but I grit my teeth and keep it in check. She's gotten all soft all of a sudden. Is this her true side of her? If it is, then will I be able to contain myself? No, I have to endure it. I can't just turn into some hornball beast right after confessing. I gotta hold it in. Noah sits up slightly and peers in my face.
いつかけるはどうかなっちゃうの？保証なんて
ぐいぐいきますね。
せっかちなのは認めるけど、幸せって先延ばしにしたくない。あなたはやり直せるかもしれないけど、私には今この瞬間だけだから。
Good point.
失敗するつもりはないけれど、でも イーリスに負けてしまう未来が今できることは全部今したい。
全部。
そう、全部。焦りすぎてるのは自覚してるし、唐突なのも理解はしてるから。
This means a bunch of things I'm gonna have to cut out.
かけるに心の準備ができていないのなら我慢する。
Dang. She's looking at you, my guy. Her words and her gaze are suggestive. Noah herself might not be doing it intentionally, still I feel like she's testing me. I could say it's too early or there's an order to these things, but if I were to bust out the common sense and back away here... Well, I think what's happened is you already made it clear that you want to do things with her. She is making it clear that she wants to do things with you. She said, hey, we don't have much time left. You can always go back and redo things, but I'm here living in this moment, and I want to do something. I want to make something. I want to make a memory of this. I'm feeling happy. I'm vibing. Let's keep the good times rolling. So, yeah, I mean, I think if you're both feeling it, you might as well do it. Wouldn't be worthy of being Noah's boyfriend if I did. I embraced Noah, softly, gently. I feel kind of pathetic that it's not a tighter embrace, but this is a big step forward for me. The atmosphere is right. Well, no, it's oddly tense. Noah had been so eager and proactive just a second ago, but now she's losing her composure and her eyes are darting around. I also feel a sense of urgency telling me that I can't come this far and not finish the job. My heart is thrashing around in my chest. As I hold Noah, I can feel her heartbeat is going awfully fast too. We both nervously look around the room. That is until our eyes finally meet and we stare into each other. Noah closes her eyes as she's made up her mind. There's no way out now. Just go for it. I'm gonna cut it. Oh. Okay, nothing's happening so far right. I'll cut it when something starts going bad. Cover Noah's body and lock my lips with hers. Once I do, the blood starts rushing through my entire body, heating me up. Across the line, and I can feel it. The tension biting at me this entire time just disperses as if it never existed, and all my cares fall by the wayside. The only thing I can do, or the only thing I want to focus on is my sensation of my lips on Noah's. Noah's body tenses with every kiss I deliver. Guessing that Noah is still nervous. Her composure lost, she keeps her eyes firmly closed. I want to do more, but I wonder if I'll wear out my welcome if I get too greedy. My doubts fueled by my lack of experience come to put a damper on my excitement. Definitely don't feel like this would be in the regular version, but I don't know. Could be. I mean, they're not showing anything lewd, but it's very much implied. Noah slowly opens her eyes. What's the matter? That's what her doe eyes seem to be asking me. Well, if Noah herself is asking for more, my doubts vanish into thin air and I'm done holding back these impulses. Okay, I'm being very careful with this because lots of stuff going on here. I'm gonna try to show this scene. I'm gonna have to very heavily censor it, but just because I want to show the dialogue and I feel like the dialogue's important.
エッチしちゃったね。
今のも意識して言っただろう。俺を興奮させようとして。
うん。
結構計算高いな。
ひどい。計算じゃない。ロールプレイの一種。ずっとかっこいい自分を演じてきたから。こういうの得意。今は余韻に浸るちょっとあざとい女の子。
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's all it is.
そう言わないとうまく甘えられないだけ。
She smiles and buries her face in my chest.
もっと自分のキャラ壊して甘えたいけど。
思いっきりやるとどうなんの？
にゃー、寂しい。もっとギュッとしてほしいな。やるんじゃなかった。
可愛かった。
もうしない。
誇張はしたけど割と素に近いだろ今の。甘えん坊など。
ちょっと前までそんなことなかったのに、今は体のどこかがかけるに触れてないと落ち着かない。
To be in love for the first time and be going through these
も
experiences.
っと甘え
Interesting.
たいし、も
Oh,
っと急
we're
に
gonna
言い
skip
たい
over
こ
that
と
one,
言ったり
guys.
しちゃうかもしれないけど、
許すも何も甘えてくれていいからもう洗わない
Once I gently pet her head, Noah's body goes limp in relief.
告白する予定がなかったのもあるけど、今日一日でここまで進むなんて思ってなかった。
俺も全く予想してなかった
Yeah, you guys went pretty far, pretty quick.
私にもチャンスがあるって分かって、どうやってアプローチしようか必死に考えてて。
もしかしてタオルをはだけたの
あれはわざとじゃない、事故。
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
だよなめちゃくちゃ慌てたわあの時
私も。でも、あれはあれで良かった気がする。
I mean, in his own words, he didn't see anything, so.
下手な誘惑だったけど、アプローチ成功してよかった。
It was certainly the most awkward and forced approach I'd ever seen, but
彼女
sure.
になれて嬉しい。
俺も
みんなに話す？
タイミングを見て
全部終わってから？
だなそれがいいと思う。
わかった。好きな人ができたから死ねないな。
Suppose not.
死なせないよ。
私もかけるを守れるように頑張る。
終わらせよ
う。
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks, is like, if I didn't have the patch installed right now, I would be missing so much good dialogue here. And like, I understand why you guys push it so hard for me to have it installed, because it's like, yeah, I mean, I see what you mean with this. Like, this is such an important conversation to me, for them to be having. I wish I could cut out, like, the nudity and the sex scenes, but there is a lot of great dialogue in here. I just wish they would have made a version where the regular version would have had all of that, except for it would have been, like, very censored. Because personally, I don't mind that. And I'm like, I'm not for censorship, but I'm for, like, the choice. I want to have the choice of whether I want to see it censored or not. That's what I like. Take her tightly into my embrace. There's still some things I have to do, along with a ton of worries, but right now...
高い眠るまで。
わかった
I just want to feel Noah, forget everything, and at least for now, I want to soak in the warmth in my arms and the joy filling my chest. I just want to think about the person I love, at least for now. We are on the 1st of May. Okay. There's a lot that was going on in this episode. Oh my gosh, this is a freaking long one. Wonder what these two are doing.
おはよう。
Okay, I'll end it there, because this is already a long enough episode. And a lot going on. The whole, like, first hour of this episode was just me cringing at some of this dialogue here. And then things started picking up, like, they started confessing feelings, and that part was good. And then they started having some... they started doing other things. I could do without that part. But I liked their confession and everything. Once they actually got to it, once they actually started happening, and Cocker was saying, hey, I'm just not sure if I like you in that way, but I'm going to say I do, and hopefully one day I'll be able to say it and truly, truly mean it. But yeah, things went well. I'm going to have to do some editing on this video, that's for sure. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I installed the H-Patch, you guys saw. And I tried to make sure I could show as much as possible. Just because I know how important that dialogue is, and I saw it for myself. Like, I was reading it, and I was like, wow, if you didn't have that, this wouldn't have been nearly as impactful. But anyways, guys, I will be seeing you in the next episode. I'm thinking probably finish up what we're doing as far as training goes for Iris, and then maybe we'll have something big happen. I'll probably have to make next episode really big too, depending on how much more stuff there is before the 3rd, because I mean, we're on the 1st, so there's going to be today, tomorrow, and then the day of. So big things happening, big moments. But Anyways, guys, appreciate you, and I shall see you in the next episode. Have a good one.